Hello, welcome. This is Julio Lopez. This is a demonstration or a demo of a project for building a database using an object-oriented language. For the case scenario, I chose Java and MySQL. So we're gonna be using Java to handle, everything like the connection, the backend, and all of that, and JavaFX library to use it for the front end to interact or access the database through a UI. So the project is about shipping DMS that handles small packages and take the weight and distance, and also the shipper and client information, and calculates um, the price of the shipment based on the distance and mileage. So I'm gonna introduce how I created this. So I went first. Let me see if I can pull it off here. I use MySQL, which I'm gonna open in a second. Here, let me see if I can find it. Okay, there you go. The first thing that I did was I created a ER diagram on my workbench, and where I created three tables: shipping order, shipper, and customer. So the shipper is gonna handle, the shipper information, customer for the customer, and shipper order, where it's gonna be related to both of them. So after I created this, you know, then I went to my database, and used a script from the I forward engineer the script from the ER diagram, and copy and paste the script and paste it here, then run it and created the shipping DMS right here, as you can tell, with all the tables, with the three tables from the ER diagram. After that, I created the sample data with the help with ChatGPT, OpenAI, to create the data. And yeah, the only it worked fine. The only problem I found was the it didn't calculated the shipping cost like I was expecting. You see later on the demo. So I had two options: either try to fix it and directly, or just use the GUI to modify and update it through the GUI. So which I did, and it worked actually. So the prices that it display from here on the table is just not correct. So I'm gonna use the calculation from the Java um, language from the IntelliJ. So after this, I went, and made sure that my uh, database was created. I did this by checking on my tables if they were populated. If you can see here, the three table were populated, and also I created a joint table here uh, that it displays the columns that I want to see on the GUI, which I'm gonna be showing next to. So before we go there, let me explain that this is the shipping cost column is the one that I want to try to change or update using the CRUD functions from on the sample data. So let me see how it go. Let me go back to IntelliJ where the application is. So the way I had the different classes here. I ain't gonna go through here because it's too many pages, but technically these two right here, the login view and the main view, are the two um, JFX GUI. One, the login view is gonna handle the sorry the database credentials, which you just gonna fill it up just like you would do with the MySQL when you fill it up when you are filling up the credentials, and then the main view is gonna have the table display with the CRUD functions. So I also deploy right here on artifacts, the jar file, which I'm gonna be explaining how to deploy it in a second. So we're gonna try to deploy from the terminal in a little bit. Okay, before I show you how we deploy the GUI, in the terminal using the clear. I want to explain that you're gonna need a MySQL connector. You need to download that, and add it to the library. Also the JVX and also the JVX technically, and also this one. Um, so there's I'm gonna put that into the instructions too, and how to do it. But yeah, you gotta add like all of these libraries in order for it to work, especially for the MySQL connector. Now, pay attention to that because I'm gonna explain you how you can utilize the library that you need for deployment to use it with the jar file that was generated, as an artifact. So let me open the Word document where I save it. Let me see, it should be here. There you go. So you're gonna the way you are gonna run it or deploy is you're gonna open a new terminal and you're gonna copy and paste this, right? Now this part right here with the three dots, that's where usually you put the name, but the whole path is gonna be this is gonna update it depending on where you download the JavaFX library. So I put here download directory since most of the people get it from it. But whatever you download the library, that's what you gonna use here though. The other path is where uh where the MySQL connector is. So and where you download it. So that's gonna be the second path, which you can see it here. So again, you're gonna replace this with your own path where you downloaded the MySQL connector. If you don't specify these two paths in here to run the jar file, it won't work. Instead, it's gonna try to get um, the clean logic part of it, which is gonna display a menu, but it won't be the GUI though. Okay, before we go to the terminal, one step that you gotta remember is very important. You have to open, or you have to CD where your jar file is located. Wherever you save it, wherever you download it, that's where you gonna um you're gonna go to. In this case, it was on this folder right here on data management system jar, and that's where my jar file uh, is located. If you try to do this from a different directory, it won't work. So I'm gonna go ahead and paste the parameters, the code that I just showed you with my path, and hit enter to deploy the GUI, and here it is. So technically here you just will fill it up just like you will do with your regular workbench or whatever database credentials. It doesn't change at all. So in this case, I'm gonna use port 3306. So the database name is gonna be shipping DMS. And then for username and password, I'm gonna put this on the side. Okay, I'm gonna hit enter. and it will display now the table. Let's see if it goes through. There you go. It successfully display the table. Now that I'm here, let me put this on the side. I'm gonna open the database and compare if and try the CRUD functions. See if the database updates with the or no. Let's see. Let's go to where's my workbench? Uh, there you go, right here. Okay, here we are. So I'm just gonna put it right here where we can, match everything. I'm gonna make it as closer as possible. So I already did some updates using the CRUD functions. I'm gonna try. Let's go through all of them, and then I'm gonna try to update this one on the third option. But let's try one by one. So I'm gonna add an order. If you can see right here, I have the latest order ID is 23. The last one, the last row is John Smith. You can see it right here in the database too. So we're gonna add the order. Let's see, for example, if I enter my name. Well, I probably misspelled it, but it's okay. For the shipper, let's try don't open sync. Okay. For the way, we gotta do between this number. Let's try a negative number to see what it does. It's telling me that it must be between 1 and 150. I created also the loop options. I mean the validation loop. So you must enter the right data type or whatever is expecting though. Let's try 145. Now the distance, which is right here, the next column, it will be let's try 1500. Okay, order created. Let's see, that's 2325. It would be my order, because looks like in the past I created order 24 as I was testing. But yeah, that's all my information right here. And I'm gonna refresh the database to see if it reflects this data. It should be displayed after John Smith. Let's see what happened. Let's refresh this. And yes, eventually we have the same data, and this is correct. Now let's try to delete the order. See if it goes through. Let's try. Let's see. Patricia Anderson. Let's see what happened. We have Patricia Anderson here. Patricia Anderson. That's order number 8, right? I don't see it here. Yeah, there you go. Patricia Anderson. Let's try to delete it. Delete. Are you sure you want to delete? Yes. Okay, already deleted. I don't see it here anymore. Let's go back and refresh the database, which is 8. There you go, and it disappeared. So it's not there anymore. So let's try to update order. Let's try one that doesn't have the correct price. As we can see, the first one, you have the same price, that's correct. The second one too. The third one, Emily Davis, Amazon, Wave 22, and distance is 1400. But as you can see right here, the database, again, uh, ChatGPT, when created the sample database, it didn't, the script that it provided, it doesn't correctly calculate what I was expecting, or use the calculation that I asked it to do. So here it's showing 147 and here it's showing 46. So when I display 4620, that should be the real price. So I'm gonna try to update this one, with the same data to see if it reflects the 46 one. It should show the same price here on the GUI and but update on the database. So it would be 22 pounds, and for distance it would be 1400. 1400. Okay. Order update. So it didn't change here because I input the same data. Well, let's refresh the database to see if it changed. It should be on the third row right here. Order ID 4. Okay, it changed. Let's see. Okay, as you can see right here, it matched perfectly now. So that's perfect. That's what I'm been expecting. So yeah, I mean, but that's about it. It's working as expected. I'm very happy with the results. And all right, let's see what we do next. All right, I think that's a wrap. Let's just go to IntelliJ and go through. I'm gonna explain what was the hardest part for me. Actually, the I had to troubleshoot it a lot. Actually, right here I was having problem. Doing the scripts. Uh, I mean the queries, getting the queries. So I had to go and create a CRUD test for I use an EMB file to pass the credentials, the database credential here, and this was all the testing for the CRUD functions that I did. I mean, and that's how I was able to, to manage that. And then I went back to the other, Java classes, create the other Java classes after I tested it out. But it came really nice after I did the testing. I was having a lot of problems, so that's why it's really really good that you create, before you even start doing, all the Java classes and try, whatever you do testing, and that's what I learned the hard way actually. The first thing I do when trying to connect to a database using a front end from whatever app, whether it's a React app, in this case, Java using JavaFX, so always create, my favorite file for this. I use a Java class right here, but I usually use Python. Jupyter Notebook is my favorite tool to troubleshoot and connect to the database and troubleshoot and create all the CRUD functions. Get, uh, a post, update, and so on. That's the first thing I do, and then I go to the pages and do whatever I have to do. And until I don't test everything, I don't go ahead and start creating whatever uh, the other pages that I need on the application. But that's a wrap. Thank you for listening, and I hope this is very informative. It can be used for other projects. Thank you, and have a good night.